Arda Güler, the goal scorer in a game against Getafe in midweek. Brahim Diaz, Endrick and Mbappe does make the bench and is expected to feature later in the match. Past fit enough to have some part in this game. The two sets of players are out on the pitch now. We're just under 1 minute to go until kick-off. All the drama in the week leading up to this match, put that behind themselves now, especially the Real Madrid players. So much noise about them potentially boycotting the match today. None of that ultimately came to fruition. We have quite the spectacle here because Barcelona, they're having a great season. They're arguably the best team in Europe at the minute. They've lost one other teams. It's pretty good. They're still second in the league. They're only 4 points behind Barcelona in the title race, and of course in 2 weeks' time they will face off in the league. Real Madrid and Barcelona, that will be spicy as well. But tonight it's the final of the Copa del Rey, the competition which both of them have shared throughout the years. It's the 8th time an El Clasico will settle the Copa del Rey. The first time in 11 years though. As the game gets underway, Ferran Torres kicks off for Barcelona, and they're kicking from right to left as I'm looking at it. And their home strip, the red and blue of Barcelona, blue shorts and blue socks. Real Madrid in their all-white kit. Neither side playing at home, of course. This at the Olympic Stadium in Seville, not to be confused with Sevilla Stadium. Semi-finals to get here were incredible. Barcelona beat Atletico Madrid 5-4 as well, and their second leg was a 4-all draw. I've seen some incredible games leading up to this one. Let's hope for something like that tonight as Rafinha brings it down the left-hand side, tries to play a through ball towards Ferran Torres. It's cut out by Rudiger, who sets the ball across to Ferland Mendy, and he spreads it out wide to the left for Bellingham. Comes under a lot of pressure from the Barcelona press. Mendy now down the left-hand side towards Vinicius. The pass just overhit, runs out of play. That'll be a Barcelona throw-in. Hansi Flick looking on from the side. Team still on. There was. That's where they though. Slightly imperfect season, and down the left-hand side. Martin tries to whip in an early cross. Just catching Rafinha late after he flicked it around the corner to the overlapping left back Martin. And as I was saying about the midweek game against Getafe for Real Madrid, they just didn't look great. The first half especially, they were being dominated physically, and Getafe deserves something out of being bullied physically. Of course, Barcelona aren't the type of team to do that to Real Madrid, but even still. It's challenged by Tchouaméni. Much to the surprise of a lot of the players out there. It's thrown back and then launched in the air. Vinicius can't keep it down. Valverde collects in the centre of the pitch for Real Madrid. Sweeps a pass out wide to the left for Ferland Mendy. He knocks it down the line for Vinicius, who's running at Subasi, and the flag goes up. Offside against Vinicius Jr. If you've just joined us, we're approaching the 6th minute. It's 0-0 between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Nothing to note so far. Barcelona potentially just edging it, but no shots on goal from either side. With Martin and Rafinha. It's Koundé on the ball. Wearing a big headband tonight, Jules Koundé. Nice and small cut to the top of his head, so he's well covered. It's nice to see the injured lads travelling with both teams. Lewandowski there watching on from the side alongside Balde and Bernal. And Real Madrid have just spotted Militao, Camavinga and Carvajal all watching together. Los Blancos, of course, fortunate by the return of Ferland Mendy. Barcelona still knocking the ball around with some confidence. It's De Jong going across to Subasi, who's up from midfield just inside the Real Madrid half. Plays it forwards towards Koundé, making an overlapping run. Intercepted by Bellingham, but Bellingham's too slow on the ball. Further forwards. Bellingham messing around on the edge of his penalty area. Did not get the ball clear after he'd intercepted it and done well. De Jong just poked it out of his feet, and then fortunately for Bellingham, Valverde was there on the cover and he was able to clear the ball. Barcelona this season, they've already won the Spanish Cup. They're leading La Liga. They've got a chance tonight to win the Copa del Rey. And of course they're in the Champions League semi-finals against Inter Milan. It's a brilliant season, especially considering what's going on behind closed doors. It's Real Madrid pass the ball around the defence. Quite risky here, and Olmo tries to steal it away from Ferland Mendy. I think he's just fouled him there. Olmo does commit the foul. Barcelona had an opportunity though. Mendy is down. Let's hope he's not injured here, because he's just returned. He's just been past fit, and I think he may have to come off. And this will be trouble for Real Madrid. They do have Alaba on the bench as well as Francisco Garcia, so a couple of good left backs, but they don't want Mendy out again. Alaba's also nursing a slight injury. He's only on the bench for the same reason. And it wasn't actually the foul on Mendy there that's caused the injury. It was the slide tackle he put in beforehand in the earlier move. Just seen a replay of him getting up from that and hobbling, holding his left groin. And he is going to have to come off here. That's a shame for him. Just 9 minutes in to the Copa del Rey final. Garcia's going to have to come on. Not a bad player by any means. Plenty of experience playing for Real Madrid now, especially over the last couple of years. Made his debut for them back in 2018, before a couple of years in the youth team. He's only 18 years old when he made that debut, now 25. Went on loan to Vallecano, 2 separate spells, returned to the Real Madrid first team in 2023. Mendy is still down here, he's in quite a lot of pain. I have to feel for him, just come back from injury, literally today. Already having to come off. Mendy's been forced off, injured. Ancelotti forced into an early substitute. Garcia is the one coming on for the injured left back. 10.5 minutes into the match. Applauded off by the Real Madrid fans. Still there in good voice, despite their difficult moment. Don't forget they're still in the league title race though. 4 points behind Barcelona with an El Clasico to play in the league. So it could be cut down to just 1. And if Barcelona slip up anywhere, I'm sure Real Madrid will be waiting to exploit any mistakes. But the substitution has now happened. Mendy's limped off. One positive sign is he's not going straight down the tunnel to receive immediate treatment. He is going to sit on the bench. Let's hope it's nothing too serious. But the game is now back underway with Koundé playing forwards towards Ferran Torres. Lovely back heel towards Olmo. Gets it through the legs of Tchouaméni, striding towards the penalty area. And Raul Asensio comes across to put a strong challenge in and end the attack. It's brilliant defending as Real Madrid now bring it down the left themselves. Koundé blocking the pass down the line. It's a throw into Real Madrid. Game yet to really have much bite to it. I'm sure we'll see the quality of both of these teams sooner rather than later. Right now, it's a slow start. Tchouaméni forwards towards Vinicius. Lovely little skill move to pass to the other two. Get it round the defender. Pedri is an absolute world-class talent. He's won man of the match in 7 of his last 11 games, and here he is spreading a pass down the right wing to Lamine Yamal, who knocks it round Rudiger to get into the penalty area. Across comes the substitute Garcia with his first involvement of the game to poke the ball out of play, away from the young winger. Used his pace there to get down the wing, close to the touchline. That's where he likes to operate. Also dyed his hair this week. Sort of dirty blonde colour. Barcelona take the corner, left-footed in, swinging towards the 6-yard area, headed away by Rudiger, collected by Inigo Martinez. Now Frenkie de Jong 40 yards from goal on the left-hand side, switches the play to Lamine Yamal. He plays in field to Koundé. A couple of steps forward, he's 40 yards from goal, rolls it into Olmo, challenged by Ceballos, but it's still loose in midfield. Koundé picks it up, plays back to Martinez. Martinez knocks it down the left towards Martin in field to Pedri, and the 22-year-old carries the ball forwards, Plays it towards Ferran Torres. It's deflected off Valverde. It's bouncing around in midfield. No one can get hold of it. Bellingham goes to ground under the challenge of De Jong. And the referee gives Real Madrid a free kick. Pretty soft one, I'd say. But it will be a free kick. Rodrigo collects the ball under a lot of pressure down the right wing. Pedri breaks forward. Challenged by Rodrigo, and then Valverde hits it forward. It's loose in midfield, picked up by De Jong. Played back to Subasi in Barcelona. And recover possession. They have dominated the ball so far. We're 15 minutes in, still goalless, still without a major chance. The only real thing to note is the unfortunate injury to Ferland Mendy. I do feel for him having to come off and just come back as Rafinha plays 1-2 with Martin. Gets down the left wing. Rafinha whips in a low cross, cleared by Rudiger, collected on the edge of the box by Pedri. Chance is not dead. Pedri chips it over the top, looking for the run of Olmo. Too much on it. Saved by Courtois. More collected by Courtois, I suppose. Just chipped into his hands. He drops the ball. Plays it long, left-footed downfield. Bellingham, brilliant chest control to knock it down to Vinicius, who drives across the Barcelona defence. Plays it out towards Rodrigo. Rodrigo back to Valverde. Infield towards Vinicius. Vinicius opens up and plays the pass down the left-hand side. Intercepted by Olmo, who skips past Rudiger. Rudiger pulls him down. Referee gives advantage, and Barcelona are breaking down the left wing. Finds Rafinha, whipped into the 6-yard area and deflected into the arms of Courtois. Ferran Torres thinks it's a penalty. He wants a handball against Valverde, but they were both sliding for the ball. Neither of them intended to use their hands, if anyone did. Barcelona coming very close, though, to the opening goal. Lovely counter-attack. I expect Rudiger will pick up a yellow card for trying to stop them. He couldn't manage to bring them down. Done so well, though, to engineer the chance, Barcelona, and Olmo just kept going even after he was fouled. The game is going to be paused. The referee may well go and book Rudiger now. Good ball in from Rafinha. Ferran Torres has got a point, though. I've just seen the replay. Cross comes in. Gets past Ferran Torres, who tries to just poke it beyond Courtois in goal, but he completely misses the ball. And as Valverde is sliding in, it strikes his arm. And now it is in a natural position, but it does strike his arm. The ball's already gone past Ferran Torres, so I suppose that may be another reason why they've not given it. There's no VAR check either. It does hit his hand, but he's sliding to try and block the shot. I think that's the right decision. It's be incredibly harsh. De Jong now comes through the midfield, finds Lamine Yamal, chips it over the leg of Bellingham, and Bellingham brings him down. Not happy with the ref, the English midfielder. De Jong plays into the centre of midfield from the free kick, finds Subasi. Back to De Jong. Across to Pedri. Pedri down the left-hand side for Martin. He's been very active, very confident, especially with the absence of Balde. He'll probably be their first choice left-back, but the youngster Martin showing his case. It's his 35th appearance for Barcelona tonight. Martinez, infield towards Pedri, opens up and spreads a pass down the right wing. Finds Lamine Yamal, drives infield onto his left foot, shoots low and just past the post. Wow, that was another opportunity for Barcelona. Yamal getting onto his left foot where he loves to be, just outside the penalty area. Whips the shot in low and hard. Rudiger had the chance to clear it. He just left it. Courtois also left it. That would have rolled into the bottom corner if it was a yard or so to the left. Very close from Lamine Yamal. Barcelona are definitely on top. Real Madrid have not got themselves into this game at all so far. It's going as we'd probably expect it to at the minute. The team who are flying in the league and the Champions League are completely dominating the game. As I said, they've only lost one match in 2025, and that was the second leg against Dortmund when they're already 4-0 up. They lost it 3-1 on the night, but still went through, so it didn't really matter. Ferran Torres plays. They look all over the place. Pedri to take the free kick. Leaves it for Rafinha instead. Left-footed out, swinging, headed goalwards by Koundé and pushed over the bar by Courtois. Good save from the Belgian. It was a cracking free kick from Rafinha, looking to grab his 24th assist of the season. What a campaign he's having, but the free kick was whipped in from deep, maybe 40 yards out, left of centre, swinging away from goal. It was flicked towards Thibaut Courtois' net by Jules Koundé, who pushed it over the crossbar, and now Olmo takes the corner short, finds Lamine Yamal, opens it up to Pedri, who whips in the cross, and it evades everyone. Rolls through to the goalkeeper, Courtois. He bowls it out to Lucas Vázquez. Forwards to Valverde. Nice piece of skill in midfield to beat Lamine Yamal. Gives it to Vázquez, and Vázquez pass down the line is flat and intercepted by Martin. He tries to fizz one into Yamal. Bellingham's back though to block the pass. Good awareness from him. Approaching the 22nd minute. Barcelona very much on top. Real Madrid yet to have a shot. Had less than 30% of the ball. This is going only one way so far, as Martin now brings it down the left. Infield to Rafinha again. Back out wide to Martin, glides infield. Collected by Valverde. And Olmo plays it back to Pedri before he's tackled by Vinicius. Rodrigo bursts forwards down the right wing, and he's brought down by Dani Olmo. Just a pull at the shirt. Not even really a pull at the shirt, pull at the arm. He is trying to get back goal side. No yellow card. That matches the referee so far in the game, though. He hasn't booked Rudiger for a very similar offence, actually. He pulled down Dani Olmo. So the ref letting the game play is allowing a little bit of tension between the two sides to boil over into how the two teams are playing, but he's not going over the top, as Vázquez does play a ball over the top, finding Bellingham, infield towards Vinicius, a little bit of space in the penalty area, plays left to Fran Garcia, gets the shot off, blocked by a sliding Jules Koundé, collected on the edge by Tchouaméni, out to the left again for Fran Garcia. Finds Rudiger in field, now Dani Ceballos. Barcelona pushing that defensive line really high, forcing Real Madrid to play backwards. Rodrigo glides past Lamine Yamal, is challenged then by Frenkie de Jong, who plays it back out to Yamal, who's one-on-one with Garcia. He's going to try and take him on. Bellingham slides in from behind, hacks him down. And this may well be a card this time. The referee's going to let him play. He's going to let it play. It's a pretty poor challenge. It's consistent with everything he's given so far. Ferran Torres brings it forward to the edge of the penalty area for Barcelona. He gets the shot off, blocked immediately by Valverde. He wasn't ever really in a position to shoot. Facing away from goal, just spun and hit one. blocked instantly anyways. Bellingham plays back to his goalkeeper and Courtois launches it downfield. Rolls all the way through to Subasi. Koundé collects. Barcelona very much on top as we're into the second half of the first 45 minutes. Pedri across to Subasi. The atmosphere a little bit flat in here at the minute as both sets of fans wait for their team to really kick into life. Been a few multi-challenges going in, bit of pushing and shoving, but nothing really heated so far, which we'd expect on a night like this, a cup final between arguably the two biggest teams in world football. The referee is now going to pull out a yellow card. I think it's to someone on the bench. It's to Ancelotti, actually. First yellow card of the game goes to the Real Madrid boss. And that's unlike him to lose his cool. Maybe the pressure is finally getting to him. I'm not exactly sure what he's done. I think it was for him appealing so profusely about the handball. But the game will get back underway. Carlo Ancelotti is in the book, the Real Madrid boss. Despite all the pressure on him at the minute, this is actually his best ever spell at any club. If you take his second stint at Real Madrid, he's got a 72% win rate. That's higher than he's had anywhere else, even in his first stint at Real Madrid. Higher than when he was at Bayern Munich. He's won 255 of his 356 games at Real Madrid in total as well. A bad few months. I'm not sure that's worthy of the sack, but we'll see what happens in the summer. We'll see what happens tonight. Can they get back into the game? So much talent on the field. Bellingham, Vinicius, Rodrigo, Valverde, Tchouameni, everywhere you look. Brilliant world-class players, but it's just not clicking for them at the minute. They're really struggling. They can't get out their own half right now. Lucas Vázquez launches one downfield, but again easily swept up by Inigo Martinez, and Barcelona are back in possession. We see it time and time again. All they're doing is playing the long ball. They're trying to force their way through with no target man up